Hey guys, I'm Jerusha and you're watching Jerusha Couture TV. To all my hair girls out there, hairdressers, hairstylists, maybe you put weave in or tracks in. I hope you appreciate my better version of styling these track clip-on extensions that I purchased from ASOS. The first time I wore them was in my ASOS haul. If you watch that, I'll link it here again. It's a great set, honestly, for how much it is. It's beautiful, soft, silky hair. It really, really is. So it's a set of 5. The 2 times that I've worn them out, I've only worn the 5 clip track, and now I just have the 4 clip and the two clips. So it does give volume and curl, and it's just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of zhuzh. Today's video is going to be a first impressions / regret, or do I regret? These kind of videos going around. I've seen a few girls do these and I just think they are really helpful, especially if you're looking for the bag, especially if you've been lusting over the bag for a long time. And obviously, you know, what I sold and why is also helpful. A lot of subbies tell me they want me to do that, or they like listening to those because what worked for someone may be something that won't work for you. I feel like these are a little bit more conducive to that because you have the bag, whereas what I've sold and why is usually past tense. This is still in your hands. You still can sort of show what works, what doesn't work. So let's get into this. If you would like to know what is on my lips first, because we are doing a pop of color today, which I really liked with the beautiful new black blouse I am rocking. This was in my ASOS haul as well. It's got a gorgeous little cinched waist. At first I didn't really think, I said in the haul I didn't know if these would be worth it. I got it in a cream and I obviously got it in this black. It's so beautiful. I'll link to it below. It's a really lovely silky feeling fabric. It's kind of like linen but with like a silk thread, and then it's a balloon at the end. Listen, I'm rocking these shirts every day, girl, okay? These are mum vibes / business mum vibes. Laura Mercier lip pencil in the long wear, and this is in the red velvet. And the second I swatched this, I knew it would go perfectly with my YSL Volupte. And this is a satin, and it's in the color 34. I mean, guys, when I got this, I remember exactly where I was. Paris, Sephora, and all I wanted was the packaging of this component, the bullet and everything. But then once I put it on, honestly, you need one sweep, one swipe, and it's basically completely opaque. I do have other colors that are quite like sheer and glossy and just so beautiful. I want to get more, I do. It smells like peaches. It's not a disclaimer, but I would just like to say, of course, these are luxury handbags. They're incredibly expensive, and the word regret is really strong. I think using it in video titles, it's not clickbait, you know. There's sellers regret, there's buyers regret, and I think it's true. However, I think it's, you know, to say regret over a luxury handbag, well, it's intense because this is just, you know, honestly, it is a luxury of life to be able to, you know, accomplish these handbags and things of that nature. So you should never really go into it to regret. Okay, let's bring you in a little bit so you can get a nice view of it. So this is the Chanel 19 bag, and it is referred to by like the luxe world as the small, and it is referred to as the small because I guess we think of it as small, medium, large, but really it's medium, large, maxi. When I first ordered this bag, I thought, oh my God, I've made such a big mistake. I should have got large size because it's better for my frame, it's better proportion wise, and it fits more. This is close to medium large classic double flap from Chanel, but after getting it in my hands and being able to have a play with it, have a play with what fits inside of it and the space inside and how to utilize the space versus how you utilize a space in a medium to large double flap, which is a lot harder than this bag. I realized, you know what, it is actually a really, really beautiful size. I will pop some items in it for you in a second. In here you can see that I have my Smorga bag organizer liner matching. There was absolutely no way I was going to take the risk of putting anything inside here without a Smorga. If you don't have an organizer in it, you will find that you do kind of have a little bit more room to play with. And because this bag, which once you get it in your hands, you'll see is completely pliable. These are these sort of, you know, pillow bags, the soft, like the YSL pillow bag that they came out with, and it's so pliable and smushy. This is in the goat skin that you can really sort of line your items up, and if you want to sort of slide your AirPods down the side, and you know, in other bags maybe that makes it bulge, whereas in this bag you'll be able to sort of slot those little things more easy there because it is that pliable leather. The attention to detail on this bag is immaculate. It is so beautiful. So on the back you get the back zipper pocket, which I do not use, but you also get the metal plaque. Can you see that? It says Chanel Paris made in France, and it is so gorgeous. Your zipper on the back there has Chanel embossed in the back and the CC's on the front. The hardware on this bag is quite heavy. So in comparison to the bag itself, so you can sort of see me holding and struggling with the chain versus the bag. So if I do this, you'll sort of see it just basically collapses into like a sandwich. It's so smushy and pliable. The weight of this versus the weight of the actual leather and the bag is really, it's practical, I want to say, but it's really disproportionate. If they didn't do hollow chains, I think these are hollow chains, but the leather and then the leather break at the top of the chain is just so weighty, if that makes sense. Some people might love that. Other people might really dislike how heavy weighted the chains are versus the weight of the actual leather of the bag. I just want to throw in a comparison here, because that's how thorough we are here on this channel, is that what I mean by that is if you look at the chains and the weight of the jumbo, which is, you know, pretty similar, you just don't have the break of leather, which this is really quite stiff and heavy. These chains, which are heavy, comply in a way. They are the same kind of weight as the actual jumbo. Yes, this is in caviar leather, which is more structured and probably heavier than the goat skin, but this is completely structured as a bag. It's reinforced in its lining and in its leather. So do you understand what I mean? They are even in their weight distribution. So the big question, does that bother me? My answer is no, because of this guy. Any type of bag organizer, however, I of course suggest Smorga thoroughly first. One, because I have a coupon code. It is always linked below in all my videos. And two, because not only are they the most amazing original felt organizers out of Korea, but Smorga hand make them to exact size, and they do that because they purchase the bags. So Smorga own this medium, then they own the large, and then they own the maxi, and they can calculate by fitting exactly to that size rather than other companies that go off the size measurements off the website. Having a Smorga in here gives it that extra kind of structure. It is still very pliable, as you can see. It's very smooshy and soft. It's not suggesting that it takes away from that sort of pillow vibe where you can sort of have it as a clutch and have it very chic. It's not taking away from that, but it's giving it a little bit of structure so that it's not completely outweighted. Love it or hate it, the next massive plus, gotcha there, is this loop, because it's not detachable, it is not a separate top handle, it is simply the chain going along, as you can see, and then it hits the reinforced leather here, and then it loops itself. So it comes off the leather, the reinforced leather, there is no intertwined leather, and then it rejoins. So it's just a loop as such. You can't detach it, it doesn't adjust, it is just a top handle, suggestive that it's almost like it would have been an all-around chain and they just detached it off the bag like that. But it is reinforced. At first I kind of thought, oh my gosh, this bag full, these are just gonna rip off, like won't rip through the leather. But when you get it in your hand and you see, if you can see there, it's so thick, it's so double stitched, it's really reinforced and strong. Very similar to the shoulder portion of the strap. So you've got a leather break here, and this is really thick and durable. I mean, you basically have to wear it a few times to break it in on your shoulder, which you can see mine is sort of nicely curved now to my shoulder. Honestly, it takes a lot of the weight of the chain, and then you've got your interwoven leather through the main part of the chain, which is obviously quintessential Chanel. I think one of the other main things that people, you know, either love or hate about this bag is the multi-toned hardware. A lot of people, you know, ask, is it always going to come in the multi-toned hardware? Is it always going to come in soft leathers? Are they going to do it in like caviar? And is it always going to have this sort of braided CC logo as the turn closure on the front? So you can see there. These also came in like Chanel 19 earrings. I think they did a necklace in it, but it's basically the CC in a chain with the leather interwoven in it like that. And then you've got your turn lock closure on the CC as you would in like a jumbo, and it's this exactly the same mechanism there. At first I thought there was a lot going on with the multicolor, you know, hardware. I thought, oh my gosh, you're going from a shiny black to a matte ruthenium to a matte gold. It's just too much. It's really fussy, and then you've got this fussy clasp on the front. And then once you just see this bag more and just admire the craftsmanship of it, it grows on you. It really grows. Sticking on the outside features still, you have the most handy, amazing back pocket that is on a magnetic snap closure, which you can see there. And then it's got the ruche lining as well, which I didn't say is a cotton drill lining, which I like because then it's lightweight. When it is leather, obviously it makes it far heavier. This back pocket is so handy compared to, you know, a medium to large classic flap or a small classic flap like in my iridescent there. You can fit a cell phone, no problems. That's a plus or a maxi, whatever, and it fits perfectly because it's a lot more pliable. You're not worried about stretching out or anything like that. I do put this in my jumbo and I do put it in my GST. I don't really think about it with those bags. That is definitely a pro beyond belief to have a functional back pocket on a Chanel bag. Okay, let me pop some items in here. Of course, I have my Samorga. I'll show you with and without what I can do, what does fit. But essentially, with a Samorga, you're gonna have less space, but it still fits a full-size wallet. This is what I would pack in this bag if it were me with my Samorga. So I'm just gonna show you. So my zippy coin purse from Louisvuitton, of course. My mini pochette from Louisvuitton, that does fit in here with the Samorga very nicely. perfectly like so. I have, of course, my key in my 4 key by Louis Vuitton. I do need my AirPods all the time, so I just slip them in one of the little back compartments. They fit perfectly. I'm currently obsessed with my Fenty Beauty powder and I'm using it, so we're gonna also pop that. You kind of look for spaces. Here is where this bag is fantastic, is because it is pliable. My sunnies, which is my Gucci cat eyes, can just sit on top like so. Perfect, and that is everything I would pop in this bag. Everything I would need for a day like that. I am going to show you without the smorgasbord, so that if you know you don't want a bag organizer, let's see what fits. I'm going to show you guys, ding, my new zippy wallet, and this is in the Cliquette, which kind of fits perfectly, but fits completely fine. It fits with the smorgasbord and it fits without. I'll put my phone on the inside, I'll put my mini pochette on the inside, and I'll put my keys and my earbuds, my mask, and then we'll put the sunnies on top, and there we go. So very, very similar. It doesn't sort of, I guess, have the, you know, bulge or extra portion on the back because I'm not utilizing the pocket, the phone's inside, but very, very similar. I think that the smorgasbord just adds structure. That's totally up to you. Okay, so in conclusion, do I regret it? The answer is I do not regret it. I do not regret the Chanel 19. Maybe I don't regret, but I think that the next size up is very lust-worthy for me. I have held it before. I have that in a reel on my Instagram. I can throw it in here. I put them as a size comparison when I was in the boutique and I was shocked. I really, really was shocked. I thought it was a lot smaller than what it actually is. It's much more like a jumbo. I mean, the maxi must just be ginormous. But as a comparison or an everyday kind of size, this is just perfect. It will hold pretty much everything you need and it's comfortable. You can grab it off the seat of your car with the little top handle. You can crossbody it and carry it on your shoulder as well. So if I was to tell you to purchase it, the answer would be yes, and I do not regret it at all. It is a stunning bag. I have been asked if I think it is now a Chanel classic. Yes, and what predicts that is its price tag. Anything that's seasonal that comes in is much lower in its price tag. There is many different features that make a bag seasonal, so I feel like when Karl Lagerfeld designed this as his last, you know, design as a handbag from himself and his design team at the time, I feel like Virginia was like, I'm gonna hold on to this as a classic, you know, as a kind of homage to Karl Lagerfeld for Chanel. So that is it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed that. I do like these kind of videos. I like the in-depth kind of, you know, thinking through what you love or the things I love about it, and then you can kind of mark it off, you know, check it off your list that way rather than what I sold and why, and, you know, not seeing the bag. If you did like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you want to see more of these kind of first impressions of bags. Let me know the bag you would like me to do it on, what you're thinking about. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already and you wish to do so, there is a button below, guys. I would super appreciate that. I hope everybody is doing really well and staying safe out there, guys. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Peace.